Welcome back to Higher Level Gaming. I'm Rob, this is Newswatch, and I have some really bad news today. Unfortunately, Sony and PlayStation have announced that they will not be attending E3 2019. I'm honestly kind of blown away because E3, maybe it wasn't as explosive or didn't have as good of a showing as the last couple of years, but I thought it was really good, and I specifically enjoyed the Sony conference. Honestly, I enjoyed all of the conferences, and I thought even Xbox brought a lot to the table with all of their game announcements. It's definitely not going to be the same without Sony there. In a statement from a company rep, Sony said, "As the industry evolves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community. PlayStation fans mean the world to us, and we always want to innovate, think different, and experiment with new ways to delight gamers. As a result, we've decided not to participate in E3 in 2019. We are exploring new and familiar ways to engage our community in 2019 and can't wait to share our plans with you." I'm wondering what exactly those plans are, but I'm assuming it's gotta be some kind of Sony conference, or if not, some kind of equivalent to like the Nintendo Direct series that Nintendo does now, where they mostly just stream their big announcements. When asked if they would opt to do their own venue at the same time as E3, like EA did this last year and a few other people, Devolver Digital has had a great showing doing that for themselves, Sony said they will not be doing that. So it's true, they're totally gone, and I wouldn't be surprised if some other people drop out. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody stays in either, hoping to benefit from Sony not being there. I'm sure there were a lot of people who went to E3 last year just to see Sony, a lot of dedicated fans, and maybe they'll still want to go back this year, so this means some other companies might be getting eyes they wouldn't otherwise. But I'm also sure that since Sony's not going to be there, there's going to be a lot of people who just went for Sony that aren't going to buy tickets. This might be a problem for E3. Sony is not the first to stop attending the conference, and Nintendo, even though they did do a direct, technically during the span of E3, it was like the Tuesday after the weekend of E3, that's when Nintendo had their conference. Even though it was around that same time, they did a direct. It wasn't actually at E3. So without Nintendo and Sony there, so now that there's not Nintendo and there's not Sony, who knows what the future of E3 looks like. The CEO of E3 made a statement: "We're confident that through the continued creative innovations delivered by our participating member companies, E3 2019 will deliver the same kind of excitement and energy." Which is honestly bullshit, right guys? Sony not being there, I think, is going to have a huge impact on how things go down. They're the biggest platform, they have the biggest share of the market, and there's going to be a huge vacuum in their place. Who knows who will try to step up to fill their boots. Another sad fact was that we here at Higher Level Gaming actually did a lot of coverage on E3 this year. We've been following it for the past few years, and I really like being able to, go into the news around the time of E3, and there's all these big conferences, there's all these industry people coming together, and there's all these fans coming together and coming out to LA. Our Sony E3 video, it did really well for us at the time. It actually probably did better than this very video will do. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, by the way. It's kind of sad to see them go because I've loved following E3 the last few years. Seeing the industry and fans all come together was amazing. It's also a convention that takes place in LA, and I'd kind of hoped I'd be able to go. We'd kind of hoped we'd be able to go here at Higher Level Gaming next year, as we live in the city and never had a chance to attend. I actually remember a couple years back, the place I was working, my coworker, he was going to an E3 after party. He got invited to the after party by someone because our job was really close to Sony. And for some reason, I can't even remember why I didn't go, but I chose not to go. I guess I had better shit to do than the E3 after party. What a dumbass. I'm kicking myself for it now anyway. It's sad news that we won't ever be able to be a part of that. From a purely business perspective, though, I understand why they did this, and it makes a lot of sense. Like I said, Nintendo has done something similar by moving to a digital announcement model through their Nintendo Direct conferences, and I kind of expect that's the route that PlayStation wants to go. It's more cost effective, and it's another example of PlayStation's tactics to try to split the market. This was a big problem for them with Fortnite, and they held off on cross-platform for a long time to split the market. They don't want to give light to other publishers. By not being at the conference, they won't have to do that. And they can host their own event dedicated only to Sony. Something I'm sure they're salivating at the thought of. It's too bad that this is how things are, but gaming is a marketplace and the companies will do what they think is best for themselves. I honestly do think they're failing to see the value in an event like E3, however, which is essentially the Comic-Con of gaming. People came together from all over the world just to take part in this communal event, and without that draw, you don't get that same sense of community. So that was really the big story for this time, guys. We just got a couple little things that we're going to touch on. Have you ever wanted to join the army but love games too much to dedicate your time? Well, no worries. Uncle Sam needs dedicated gamers to fight the good fight in the US Army. The Army is planning to create their own esports team made up of active duty service members and the Army Reserve. They will be holding championships to determine who makes the team and expect tryouts to begin soon. Well, I guess if it worked for the NFL and NBA to appeal to the gamers, it wasn't long before the government took its shot too. I wonder if you don't have to fight anymore, because usually being on an esports team is kind of like a job and it takes a lot of work. Maybe the Army don't really care if they have a good team though, and they just want people to kind of see their logo out there. Smart stuff. It didn't work out for Rick and Morty, but we'll see. The Hollywood actor Sean Bean is famous for dying. He's been killed on screen more than any other famous Hollywood actor and has a huge reputation for it. And now, you too can kill him in the new Hitman game. The actor has managed to drag his career of corpses into the realm of gaming. Bean, a special guest star Mark, plays the role of an elusive target in the game for Agent 47 to pick off. Mark Faba, nicknamed the Undying, Sean Bean's character has the uncanny ability to fake his own death. A role I'm pretty sure Sean took to quite easily. That was it from us here, guys. We really hope you enjoyed the video and that you take the time to subscribe to our channel. Check out some of our other videos. We've got links at the end. Have a good day.